Good morning. I'm Dan Marr. I'm an attorney in the Nashville law firm of Hamlin & Kerrigan. I've been practicing here in New Hampshire for approximately 36, 37 years, and in Massachusetts for about 28 years. And during that period of time, one of the parts of my practice has been dealing with trust and estates litigation, including claims of undue influence and mental incompetency. And today I'm going to be talking about civilly prosecuting those claims. So I've done both the going after the person that's accused of the manipulating somebody out of their inheritance, or in fact defending those cases. I've done both of those, both in New Hampshire and Massachusetts. But I'm going to concentrate today in New Hampshire as to both the mental competency and undue influence prosecutions, civil prosecutions. I'm not talking about criminal. I'm talking about going after the money. So I've had situations where clients of mine come to me and think that their sibling or somebody, or maybe a caretaker or somebody else, has taken advantage of another person, and that person would have normally given them the inheritance, or perhaps they are representing their estate that doesn't have any assets left because the person took, the caretaker or the sibling took the money. Mental competency is a situation where you don't have the ability to make the decisions in the first right, and then undue influence is you might have that ability to do that, but your free will has been usurped by the other person, and there's a right, and we're going to talk about that in detail. But for for mental competency, the issue is that if the person was signing over the making payable on death the bank account, or they were making it as a joint account or something like that, and that person at the time didn't have the competency to do that, then that can be void. It's called voidable if there's not a guardianship appointed against the person, and obviously if there's a guardianship there shouldn't be anything like this going on. But if the person doesn't have the ability to know who their normal heirs are, what their assets generally are in generality, they may not know who the president is. And I'm not talking about a political issue that they don't like who the president is. I'm talking about they don't know who the president is. They don't know enough about general world matters because they're just not with it. And in that situation, there might be an undue influence or mental competency issue. So that's a level of they don't have the ability to do this. You could be in a nursing home, though, I can tell you, and we've had these situations where the person is in the morning, they're competent and they know who they're enough to do their estate planning, so they can actually sign a will or a trust with an attorney double checking to make sure they know what they're doing. And then later on in the day, in the evening, they're sundowning and they are imagining things, they're hallucinating things. And so then the very same day, you can have mental competency and not mental competency. Undue influence is a different issue. You can be manipulated in such a way that your free will is taken away from you. Perhaps you have the person that you rely on completely to keep you out of the nursing home. They're telling you that. The caretaker or the child of yours is saying, if it wasn't for me, you'd be in an assisted living facility, and you better give me this stuff or I'm going to abandon you and you're going to be put into the assisted living and you don't really have as much money as you think you have. Maybe they're lying to the person too. All of those types of things can be undue influence, and they can manipulate that person. Bullying them, threatening them with physical violence, obviously, is part of an undue influence issue. Controlling their surroundings of people, not allowing their friends to visit them anymore, or their other children to visit them anymore, saying it's too upsetting to them when you're just lying that person's just lying because they really want to have be the entire world of that person. That can be undue influence. And I've litigated those cases on both sides of the situation, and the more you isolate that person, the more they feel desperate and they need you in that situation. It's a horrible circumstance to deal with, and in that situation, you can go after somebody for undue influence. There are certainly a lot of false claims out there, too, for undue influence. People are just upset that you unduly influenced them because I got the money. And really, that person is the one who's in their life, and they're the one making all the decisions for that person. And that person just trusts that person. So you have to watch out for that. I love situations when if they are in a 55 and over community and they had a dog, fantastic, because then I get to find out from the neighbors, because if you're walking the dog, you're talking to the neighbors, and you get to see what the family members think. Are they thinking that this person is isolated, and the caretaker or the daughter or son who's seeing them all the time is keeping them away from everyone else. That's information I'd like to know, and that's the information I would deal with if I'm civilly prosecuting one of these claims. I want to know about details. I don't want to just know about the psychiatrist or psychologist or the medical providers. I want that information as well. It's important, but I want to know what the real people are saying in their lives. So if you have any questions in regards to that, feel free to give me a call at Hamlin Kerrigan at 603-883-5501. That's 603-883-5501. Or you can check out our website that has these vlogs. I did a radio show through March of 2023 weekly that had a lot of good information in there. And there's a lot of other really useful information on our website. It's naturalllaw.com. That's naturalllaw.com. Look forward to working with you if the opportunity arises. Thank you.